Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back yet again. We're here for the BTS Pro Series. It is our second series of the day, and it is
Dire team ban.
sports facing off against Predator. Lyrical joined as well by the wonderful Nami. How you feeling, my man?
Radiant team pick.
Excited. As per you. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. What's the scores of these two teams? Boom is 0-1,
Dire team
TNC
pick.
1-0, TNC beat CR, which is that
That
the name?
is, yeah. Apparently it stands for like chicken rice or something.
Oh right, yeah. So Chicken Racers, I think.
No, it's a different one.
Oh. What am I
So
thinking
this
of?
is, you're thinking of the CIS team.
Chicken Fighters. That's what I'm thinking.
Chicken
of.
Fighters.
Yeah.
10
Yes.
seconds remaining.
So this one, it's not been released CR especially, but it's the
5
Mushi Ohio
seconds
stack.
remaining.
3/5 of IO DOTA for that team.
IO Dota 2.
It was a team for like a little while, but basically it's Mushi Ohio and Ben-Hur,
Yeah.
and then a couple other folks.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. Yeah, they got 2-0'd. I can't put too much stock in that result. I don't know how good they are, so I don't really know if we'll count that one. And Boom got 2-0'd by Reality Rift, and Reality Rift have been on the come up, so that seems reasonable. Boom have also been, up and down. They showed up at the Starladder Minor, so technically they have the most recent LAN experience out of any of these teams.
Radiant team ban.
not wrong for this season. As weird as that is to say. Real quickly, before we get too far into the draft, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Monster, us energized throughout these late evening. Neil got his right there. I've got mine right here, as well as their hammock back behind. Houses all
10 seconds
crushed it.
remaining.
And then also, of course, Loose.bet, the official
5 seconds
betting
remaining.
as Pro Series. Odds right beforehand of what like between
Dire
definitely
team
coming in
ban.
as favorites. But Boom, they're no slouch. They're a solid team as well.
I agree with that. If the first series is going to be any indication, it will be heavily dependent on drafts, despite the fact that I did think that Geek Fam were the better team over T1. There was definitely this is
Dire
really the first
team
few set of
pick.
matches that I've watched with 4 first phase bans, and so I've not been paying too much attention to ESL LA, but it definitely seems like there is a strong impact on drafts, and I have heard some interviews saying that the laning phase is exceptionally important, which I feel like people say that a lot. It's either the laning phase is irrelevant or the laning phase decides the whole game. There seems to be
Right.
no middle ground where the laning phase is just sometimes important but sometimes not. It's either critical or utterly irrelevant. So apparently right now we're on the side of the pendulum where laning phase is everything. And so unsurprisingly that means that draft is even more important because it's less time to make mistakes if you don't even have the heroes capable of winning a lane.
And picking
10
those heroes that
seconds
can
remaining.
go anywhere, any
Yeah.
lane, that becomes that much more valuable.
5 seconds remaining.
Sometimes you can outthunk yourself and then suddenly side of a thumping. The thunk.
I got it. It's pretty good.
The cool thing that I'm seeing here from TNC, I saw this a couple of times, was the Ember Spirit combo together with a Coddle, getting out those double slight. It's pretty nifty. I like it a lot, but up. I don't remember if I think they lost. I think that was a miracle game for Spirit and got. Regardless, it happens.
Yeah, even in the laning phase, it's pretty good. You can oftentimes get double chains, although Chakra did get nerfed. It's 1 second less, I believe, as of 7.25B. I think it used to be like 4, 5, 6, 7, and now 5, 6, but it's still very substantial. So, strong lane, strong mid to late game potential. Definitely very, very difficult to push high ground against.
Dire team,
especially
pick.
Put another Snapfire into the mix. So, like what I'm seeing from TNC, and then for Boom, Tusk just seems to be. So were you saying that Tusk was kind of regionally specific to SEA, or is just on the come up in general?
I think he's just in.
Radiant team, pick.
Yeah. Which, again, my justification was that the numbers of 4 positions who can kind of very state mid with like basically being level 2 is a pretty short list right now, because Earth Spirit is just kind of like he was the main hero who was able to do that. And Shaker is also kind of irrelevant right now.
I mean, he hasn't really
10 seconds remaining.
that many.
That's true.
Rotations mid. It's mainly
5 seconds
run in there with-
remaining.
And with Curse or Shadow Demon, tag team is definitely very, very effective. Disruption will have your illusions hitting you with tag team, and so the slow will be maintained, and then Abaddon Curse debuff will definitely. I guess that is mainly the name of the game, is the lane down. That's a. I don't.
Ed build. Yeah.
We have an alliance.
Anybody
on
still
our
playing that
hands?
game? Yeah, the alliance.
What are the heroes involved in this alliance?
Abba, Shadow Demon, and Drow Ranger.
Drow's
they get one more.
undead?
Yeah, if they do
remaining.
one more, then they. I don't know if it's minus armor one. They get
5
one
seconds
more
It's
though.
Hunter,
than,
I think. Or
No, not
Radiant
Hunter.
team.
There's Hunter is part of it, but it's the minus armor. Hunter gives you bonus attack speed,
oh, that's right.
triple shot, or they get minus.
Wow. A free Desolator for everyone on the team? Pick Undying. Undying has to be Undead.
Game, dude, get out of here. You're
What,
an
Undying's not
scrub.
Underlords? Are you serious? That seems like such an
seconds.
obvious... Oh, okay. Seems like such an obvious
Tier 5
addition.
item.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, you know
enough-
your Underlords?
I played a lot of it. I've been playing a lot recently.
they
I don't have
just-
enough time to like
Pick.
get a full game of Dota in if I'm like trying to do overlays and stuff, so I just play quick on.
Didn't they just patch it like today or something, or yesterday or something like that? They like added more stuff. City crawl. I should know this stuff.
Probably.
I did the
I-
launch event for that game.
Templar Assassin.
My job was to be the resident. Boy, did I. This. This is a strong brain power from Boom, though. I can kind of see what they're going for here. I'm still kind of skeptical about what
10 seconds
strength is in the
remaining.
current meta. I know that whenever Multishot first
5
came into
seconds remaining.
play, she was a force to be reckoned with, but then once it became that you could only carry one neutral item, you suddenly couldn't lump all of your net worth onto a Drow Ranger who had like half of what her damage should have been based off of her gold, that she kind of fell off. So that's where I put her right now, is that like a kind of like a pub carry, that if your team is capable of enabling her, then sure, you could win, but I don't think she does anything special that is that much better than anyone else. Maybe it's some sort of combo with tag team. I don't think multi-shot would work with tag, sure. But that's the only thing I can think of.
I think,
It's possible.
yeah, I think it does.
Okay. Because it does count as an instant attack, and I think all instant is flak cannon.
I mean, to be honest, like one of the other strengths you talk about, like the frost arrows in the lane engage with the tusk. If it goes to that lane, they're gonna have a tough time. Get like an tusk and a blade. Go for on. That could be an option for like in a pretty quick. And the other thing is that just in general, Drow a very weak laner, but if you can get through that weak lane, things maybe can pull away a little bit better. Tusk is that hero that bouncer at the club, you know? You're trying to get into the club of diving towers, he's gonna get out of there.
Yeah, but Centaur is like an even bigger bouncer. So
Yeah, people reminded me, Heartless. Heartless is what it was. That's the minor.
Oh, so is Necrophos Heartless?
Yes, Necro
All
is
right,
Heartless. So is Punch, and then last one is.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, it's Jay is in the game.
Go ahead.
I don't know
Yeah.
what
Select your
alliance
heroes.
she is.
He's an assassin and valiant. Here's with Drower. Enough about
you
that
go.
though. They got a Lycan.
Yeah, 22nd pick Lycan. I'm pretty sure Lycan was first phase banned almost every single game with the previous series, so very surprised
How did that
to
happen?
see. I am just as surprised as you are here. I see tough times ahead for a Templar Assassin and a Drow Rancher. You have 2 heroes who, well, no, 3 heroes who are insanely good at closing gaps. Lycan, Centaur, and Ember are fully capable of converging onto these squishy ranged heroes who like to keep distance. And I don't really think, I mean, you do have a fair amount of banishes. You've got the Snowball, and you've got the Disruption, and about an Aphonic Shield is also pretty good, but I feel like all of that, not enough. 3 heroes on TNC who just stay on you.
No, it's gonna be really hard for Boom to get Dreamos damage. They're just gonna run at him.
Also,
Life is gonna be.
according to the wiki, it even specifically says, despite the appearance, multi-shot does not use instant attacks, so that means that multi-shot can't.
Okay. Let's hop into this game now, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 of Boom Esports facing off against Predator. I no longer have to look at our ugly mug of. So Centaur wearing a weird
where's
mask
the
thing.
mug? I don't see much of a mug on that.
There. After the draft, it's looking odds still a little bit into the favor of TNC Predator. Are you feeling like that's about right? The 1.56 feel pretty even.
It only
Slight
feels even just because TNC has not been good recently.
Well, you put a caveat in on there. They played good the other day, but in like the lead up to the major, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, they have fallen off a cliff from the beginning of the season. That's like unarguable. But Boom has kind of been on the come up. Like I said, they showed up at the minor, and so based off of very, very recent performances, I think it's a fair assessment. But based off of like historical performances, I think that the players on TNC are better than the players on Boom. But whatever the case, the teams right now are fairly even, which maybe it's just props to the Southeast Asia region. Love your team, Dreamacell, is what Armel says. So, I mean,
that's sort of like a backhanded compliment, right? Like, I love your team. I don't love you. I love your team. You guys know what I'm saying?
The other 4 players are great. Just wanted to let you know specifically.
The hell is that? That's I like that one. Mel.
He really knows how to twist the knife.
I think that this is the face of somebody that he said when he was typing that in. That was what his face looked like right there.
A big frown.
Definitely. Frowner. He remade his Twitter, but his Twitter Armel Handsome. At Armel Handsome. And then they remade it to like TNC Armel or like that now.
That's no fun.
I know. I want to go back to Armel days.
I feel like when the handles show a little bit of person with 5 E's.
Yeah, exactly. You know that somebody is gonna come in and be a fake miracle and like have 4.
Gotta get
names.
verified. Gotta become a real good player and get verified on Twitter.
Well, early movements out. Looks like a lot of heroes from. Oh right, but I should mention, this was the same thing as. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. They have Bebby standing in? Why did I not see this earlier?
Oh yeah, Phoebe's standing up. Cool.
Yeah, the other day they had him stand in for Tim's. Wait, what? What's happening? Am I crazy? Am I insane?
Oh my god.
This
What happened?
So
30 seconds to
keep
battle.
your camera on the mid-tier one because I'm gonna explain what happened. Basically, there was a wolf running around
this
here,
on?
right? And he was trying to do the same thing to figure out if there was an observer ward. And if the wolf tanked a tower shot, then there would have been an observer. So Makoto, on a Templar assassin, put down the observer ward right here in the trees and then walked out to make it seem like, oh, I placed it. And then the wolf walked in here and killed the ward on the ground.
You should get gold for that. I feel like you should.
Yeah, you
get
should
gold for
actually.
that.
But yes, now they're one ward down, and now a big fight, and the blinding light always wins.
Done. Follow up. High.
First
That's trouble.
blood.
He goes down. First
Body
blood
blocks.
drawn by KP. They have 4 stacks up on him though. Kezcute's going to do a ton of damage to these guys. Is enough to get the kill. Dreamocell picks it up. Not bad at all. So Kezcute's going to go down, but got a return kill on the Centaur at least. So I just it up right now. A second ago, TNC Predator tweeted out last minute update. Febby will stand in for March for today's match. So that's what's happening.
Okay.
The other day he stood in for Tim's. Today he's standing in.
What a flexible player. Shout out to facebook.com/whatever it is, because he streams on Facebook now, doesn't he?
I don't.
Really? I thought he moved to Facebook. Oh. Never mind. Whatever the case. Febby ducks in the chat then, whatever it is. And a very intense fight. Three heroes go down, but First Blood does go the way of Dire, so I think they're pretty thrilled with that. Anything to make sure that this Drow Ranger can't get ahead. And we talked about the presence of there being a bouncer during like tower pushes, but right now Centaur's bouncer during the laning phase, and he doesn't have Retaliate up yet, but once he does, then Drow Ranger's not going to be able to harass him, or at least it's not going to be worth Drow Ranger harassing a Centaur.
Yeah, but this time right now is like free and clear, easy harassment. This is great.
It's a bit of a shame that KP had to skill up Hoof Stomp. I still agree with the decision to get the First Blood, but now you see the disadvantage is that you're just not as intimidated.
And it's going to be a little while. Looks like he's going to maybe be able to get level 2 here, although banishment, imprisonment, building up the stacks. Dreamocell going to try and slow him down. There.
I think he just wanted to do something with the fact that they had level 2 and TNC had not hit level 2 on these 2 heroes, but multi-shot's not really enough right now.
God, did Makoto just miss uphill? He missed uphill like 1 meter. Fortunate. Happens. What's the demarcation line for uphill versus downhill? Step there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first step, because that's the point at which you get Fog of War. Blaine?
Take its punishment. Try to go for a body block with the wolf. Gonna happen. Hyde still chasing. Time Drow Ranger ends up actually going down.
I'm not sure what she was doing there, because Shadow Demon's pulling the wave, so there's no reason why she should be in the middle of the lane like that. She's got her drowsy ring delivered. A lot of generation. Oh, wait, did he bring one of the clarities? Wait, what? Why are there 2 separate clarities?
Assuming one of them is Kezcute.
That's what I thought. But
Yes.
I thought if you hover over it, it like tells you owned by this person.
See, I mean, we'll find out. Weird stuff happening.
I've been intrigued by the rise of Baziring. I had mentioned it in a previous series that it seems to be like a common thing for people laning with Faceless Void to build Baziring. It doesn't seem that great. For Shadow Demon, I suppose, because he's going to be spamming out Shadow Poison so he can benefit. Most of the carries these days don't really spam spells that much. So I'm surprised that Bazi is still being proven to be that popular, because that's all it is. It's just the mana regen. No more armor, no more damage, no more any of that. So
Radiant structures
I'm curious why it's so
are
popular.
fortified.
Yeah,
In
I mean,
fact,
it's definitely
they
nice to
appear
have with that
radiant
Shadow
with
Demon like you're
health.
talking about. And I guess Drow is one of the heroes that you spamming
Right,
spells out.
yeah.
This play shot, he nerfs to it was adding extra mana costs on it. Well, and actually, Dreamocell might just find the kill here onto Tim's in a second. Play shot afterwards. Doesn't want to quite use it, throws it out now, and
Good.
not going to be in. Good job there by KP to tank up some of that.
He's so key. Double ring of protection and 15 stick charges. Because Duke just keeps spamming this poison right in vision of everyone. But it's gonna force Tim's back to base.
Nice though, he gets the 5th stack. That's a big increase in damage there. 100 HP right now. That hurts.
That's plenty of space for Dream. Him dying early on, definitely a bit of a setback, but he's doing relatively okay. Keeping up with the Abaddon.
Top lane, ball, gets the bounty, easy as pie. FBZ moving in. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit dies mid lane. Makoto able to get that kill, which is some sideblade.
Dire's top tower
Right there. I guess also a trap.
Yeah, I guess it must have been a trap, but that's like a heavy dice as well. Rune going quite poorly. They missed the blinding light, the snowball comes first, and that shouldn't happen. You should definitely okay, so now Ember Spirit has 2 sentry wards, but you should have already had sentries. You should really not be dying like that. That's a bit of a shame for RML.
Tough time. Bottom lane, go in again now. Trying to find Dreamo, so good imprisonment. That's going to keep him alive for the moment. Still moving in. KP.
Damage.
Oh, needs one more punch. Dodge through the back line. Dreamo, so you god. Oh, what a player. Although Febby tries to get the finish, isn't quite going to be there. Dreamo Cell's going to have another multi-shot. He's going to try and throw that out there in a second. No, he's not. Still, get the kill onto KP. We'll find the return kill on the Kezu, but I would have loved to get that drow.
Yeah, and then Hyde comes in, TP's in with
about such
so
things.
Dreamwhistle doesn't even have to waste too much time regenning. So, I mean, this is the hardest part of the game as a Drow Ranger, usually. This game is going to stay hard because there are so many heroes that can continue to jump on her, but still the laning phase kind of determines her kind of like farming curve, so to speak. And if you can get past this early part, or maybe even get kills with more engagement coming down bot,
Tag team, good blinding light pushback. They're going to be able to find the stomp, making a little bit of extra space to try and get Tim's away alive. Will eventually die. Debbie now. We get ran down. Multi-shot is out. Punish is going to be there. Bring down the cuddle.
I'm surprised that he chakra'd the center. I feel like if he had chakra'd himself and getting one more blind light off, he'd survive. Kezu popped the Shadow Poison to finish up the Snapfire, so he lost 2 of the back, start from 0 again. But, yeah, whatever the case. Shadow, very, very strong. I can see why the hero is so popular in other regions. I don't know if it was banned out in our first series, but yeah, Centaur, again, another hero. Typically I see them together.
Oh my god, Hyde getting out of there. Makoto's nearby, drops down the shards. There they pop it.
Oh, the Manta-style illusion rune.
I like it. Imprisonment though. Now the walk away. They're just getting out of here. Sec. Alright, they're taking a second. They needed a moment there.
Yeah, the other thing that I've not been able to see too much of since I haven't been watching closely is I'm curious to see he plays. I've had it happen to me in many, like, how did he take off my silence? And valuable rune, so very excited to see moving forward in competitive Dota.
Happen. I think that they might have spotted with the tusk there as well. Or drop down to the high ground to get vision as they snowball in. They found KP yet again. So he is going to escape. Not really having greatest of early games here. I still think their lineup is like amazing. With this Lycan coming on later against the Drought, like I don't know what she's gonna do against it, but she gets out to a pretty hot start here and keeps the farm up. Maybe be able to, like, I don't know, go ag Maelstrom or something. Careful as you.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see what her approach is. Either you kind of like stay very, very far away from the fight and you go for hike and move speed stuff, or just like her and just decide to tank through all of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Has
that ever been cause for celebration?
Really picked up
Radiant's
Kodo.
bottom tower is being subjected
Chase
to
down Tim's a little bit
violence.
here. Gets a couple side blade hits off, but does not want to push the tempo too much further out there. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark where holes pop up, as well as outposts can be very important, and ready start to head that direction towards the outpost. Simultaneously, TNC are kind of taking over the side of the map.
Dire's top tower
Right
is
up
under
there.
attack.
Not really fight over them, just let both of them go, and then proceed to take both tier 1s,
Dire's
although
top
Boomer
tower is
kind of
being attacked like
beating
nobody's
TNC to the
business.
punch here. Granted, Gabby does have an book, so they can push very, very fast. And they can maybe kill Kesky. Oh, nice.
Stunning
Attempt
development.
blinding light into the
Dire's
stomp, but
top
not
tower
quite.
has fallen.
And they're just gonna
Radiant's
trade tier 1 towers,
structures
trade outposts, trade tier 1 towers.
fortified.
Everyone's just doing their own
There
thing.
appears to be some sort of magic.
I think that's pretty normal right
Has
now.
that ever
Like,
been cause for
sort of
celebration?
early going, it's hard to take that fight, particularly before level 6s come on.
Dire's top tower
He's
is
gonna
under
get
attack.
pummeled, punched, killed off. Carmel
Under attack.
always had Stampede behind enemy lines. Makoto trying to take some of this stack here. FBZ takes a ton of damage. Is actually gonna force out the ulti. Almost gets the silence. One chase down. He doesn't have any more remnants. Armel gets killed. Dude, Makoto from Blink first. Nice stuff.
I think more than any other region, I see Blink first TAs in Southeast Asia, and I see Deso first TAs in Europe. Like, generally, that's the trend, and that's why I always like watching Southeast Asia TAs more, because the Blink is just so much more fun, and picks up a quick kill. It almost didn't happen because FB's, if he had gotten one more attack off, he would have been able to get the silence off on the Ember, and that Remnant wouldn't have come out, period. But he gets one Remnant away, but TA gets the Blink delivered, immediately jumps onto the Ember Spirit and gets a sweet kill.
I'll say it, you know, the other day we watched and Makoto did not look particularly good. I'm really happy that they're putting him on a hero that, you know, he's comfortable on, feels solid with, and is better today than he did yesterday. FBZ ulti coming off cooldown right there. They get the banishment. Lycan stun comes out there by virtue of the Snapfire Snowball running in. He's just going to be able to get out of there. Decides to turn back around, take down Hyde. Now Gabby saunters away.
Meanwhile, Templar Assassin solo kills a Centaur with a Vanguard?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea how he managed to pull that one off.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and max out Retaliate. I have no idea how he managed to do that.
Kodo, I was saying, playing a lot better today.
Yes, he's level 13. Oh my god.
He is out of control right now. Although he can't afford to give up a death right now. With all this lead that he's been building up, you can't go down right now. Makoto in some trouble. They try and turn it to sleep. The finish, they take him down. That is a lot of gold to all of the side of TNC. Now they're going to try and punish them even further if they can. FBZ forced to pop, borrow time, and then just run away.
Yeah, I think even if I don't think he was expecting FBZ to come in with the Apodic Shield, and so he just kind of accepted his fate. But he may have been able to run out, although it's possible that the Will-O-Wisp would have finished him off anyway. But yeah, that's a different setback. Just freshly praising him, and now more combat.
Oh, he's still the snowball. Nice dodge there. The stun. Oh, Dreamo Cell shows up. Look at the damage coming up from the multi-shot. The Roots gonna be able to control them for the moment. Do they have another snowball? Still 10 seconds away, but Armel is slowed. No more remnants. He does have 15 sick charges. The silence is gonna land the slow. It's there. Febby trying to keep his core alive, but it ain't gonna happen. As they take them down
Lycan
again.
takes all of his units to go farm with him. But he could have used some of them to body block because this Ember Spirit was, I mean, he may have been able to walk out. But instead,
Fortified.
Gabby just wants to farm with all of his units. And now they may lose a tier 1 the other way, because it is a almost maxed out Curse of Avernus. And with a Drow Ranger here, although Snapfire ulti and Lycan ulti.
Running in, silence pushback. That's only going to stop the wolf for a moment. The snowball save is good, but it's not going to be enough as they are going to down, eat her up. Dreamos, the grave. I mean, I like.
That's just going to keep.
There's only so much you can do. Yeah.
And he's going for the pike, which I think you have to do. But even that's not going to help that much, because you may be able to pike one Lycan hero away, and he'll quickly run and finish the gap. Meanwhile, the rest of his units will continue barraging you with damage.
Well, and the biggest thing is that, like, the timing that you have to actually punish this still really like
Yeah.
such a low cooldown.
I know.
Dire's middle
And this is
tower
just level
has
1. Like, you're
fallen.
gonna trim another 15 seconds off of it at each level. Like, the fact that it's just gonna kind of constantly be up, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, the buff to the uptime was also pretty significant. Having, I think, 22 seconds. 'Cause that was the buff at some point. It was 18 to 22 seconds. 4 seconds makes a world of difference in a Dota team fight.
AP has an inkling that something could be going on here as they take down Roshan.
Roshan is the
Important
latest
timing there,
bottom
as
tower
that is going to be
under
about
attack.
when Photo finishes off his Deso.
So this the Templars, and I thought so. 2 alternatives: you give it to the Drow Ranger, and it's like a farming Aegis. She can, I guess, move a little bit more to the dire half of the map, or farm lanes more brazenly. But instead, they're going to give it to the Templar Assassin, which you need to like make something very useful of this. Once Mikoto finishes the Desolator was in 100 gold, 50 gold, now with all the bounty runes, then you need to like start going all over the map, because if you're not going to give it to Drow Ranger, then you need to make space for her just by getting kills.
The way to make it happen. It's going to be an Abs or an Abba Aghanim Scepter.
I don't think the fight will last long enough to be useful though. It's like you're like all of TNC are just gonna jump on this Drow Ranger. They have nothing better to do, and so it's really just there to save the Drow Ranger, because I mean no one else is gonna be taking attacks. So
It could be cool. We'll see how it works. I mean, I guess the thing about it is that it means that like the fight is going to last at least that 5 to 6 seconds of duration. Because I think with the Ags, you probably don't manage to kill booms.
I think you'll still manage to kill the Drow Ranger. I don't think it'll last the full borrow time, because well, for one thing, it's only a level 1 disc coil right now, so even that's going to take a while to come online. He needs to find the experience, but he's probably not going to finish the Aghanim Scepter before it comes online anyway. I don't know. And then he needs to like stay next to the Drow Ranger, because the AoE is
for celebration.
16. Okay, never mind. 1600 range is pretty generous actually, but yeah, you have to take more than 525 damage. And right now Drow has 1420 HP, so she's gonna get like 4 mist coils tops. We'll see.
You know, the later talent could be useful in it as well. But it's definitely where like it feels like they're doing whatever they possibly can to try and keep her alive. That's the name of the game, and of course the TA as well. So rooted FBZ taking a lot of damage there. They get the hoof stomp off. It's gonna be away, and they get out. Chase come out. Carmel is there. Robotic shield running, trying to hide. He is there. Speaking of which, he has the snowball save if necessary. Dreamo Cell getting gobbled up by all those little minions, and they do get the giant little fist as they blow up Dreamo Cell. They take down Hyde. Makoto just trying to make anything happen, but he too will die. That is a 5 for nothing.
He's not gonna be able to dagger out. It's on cooldown.
Unreal.
These little TA traps peppering the lane as like their plan to escape. And then Centaur just stampedes, plows through all of them. Lycan comes in as well.
Structures are beautifully fortified.
Yeah.
This is an out trap.
I don't understand how you can get like
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah. After picking Drow Ranger.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems that
I'm curious what their
Radiant's
bans
top
were now,
tower
because I
has
wasn't really paying
fallen.
attention to their last day's bans. Because I assume that if you're going to pick a Drow Ranger, then you've probably banned the important counters.
far off.
But I can slip through. It's going to get worse and worse. Level 3 Necrobook completed. I think to go for a BKB. There's nothing stopping them from going on to the Drow Ranger. Everything that is involved in saving her is all defensive. There are offensive stuns to slow down just like everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Sanjin Yasha halberd, or Sanjin Yasha satanic, but actually the halberd is probably better, right? Like halberd one was keep the status resistant. There's no stats resistant. Awesome. Maybe there's a that FBZ Aghanims. Like it's one of those things where it's like I haven't seen enough of it to know if there's like any like validity to it being a really like a game changer. On its face, seem like there would it would much of a game changer, but maybe it is and we're underrating it just because I haven't seen enough. No.
Yeah, conventionally, whenever I see it being successful, it's always whenever there's like a lot of fight AoE, like in the game that we saw with the Nagasaki song. That would have been great because it's like 4 heroes constantly taking damage, and you can't quite finish them because you don't have enough burst. But typically, I don't see it used for single trade purposes. Now PC does not get cooked, but will get killed by the rest of TNC. To make it work for us.
Got some fancy footwork here.
Mega
Does not come in help though. It was like, nah, dude. That one.
I mean, you can't. Whenever Centaur has Stampede, like anywhere within like a 1600 radius is a danger territory.
Dire's
You're
top
not going to be able to
tower is being
outrun
attacked
this
like nobody's
dire.
business. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Take over this outpost.
I have no
And,
reason.
well, this is a story that we've seen
Dire's top
before.
tower
Boom.
is under attack.
Along the top lane. Armel.
Strange to say, Radiant's
Tusk.
middle tower is
They're
under
both
attack.
outposts. So
Radiant's middle
Punch
tower
'em.
has fallen. Some Dire's top
That
tower
is pretty good.
oh, nice.
predicted this.
Hands onto the Tusk and onto the creeps. All right, so tower goes down. Both outposts claimed and killed Tusk.
Woo! Rough stuff. TNC looking super solid.
Yep.
Be coming in 2 days in a row. You know, he played 1 day on the position 4, comes in now playing position 5. Sure, instructing what to do. They're having a lot of fun playing this game.
It does that way, yeah. I mean, it's a fun draft. It's very fun. Like, no one has to build defensive items. Everyone gets to build fun items. Armor goes to Radiance after the Blade Mail. Like I said, he's not going to have to build a BB. Instead, Necrobook 3 and Halberd. Centaur surprisingly is not going to blink. Instead, it looks like he's also going to be going for a Halberd. Is there a Sage being delivered? Yeah, there's a Sage being delivered. So even if the Drow Ranger is not killed, she's still not going to be doing any damage. Because
Surely,
it's
I just noticed
time.
that Dire's bottom tower is
And they're
under
trying to
attack.
split push the
Very
best
nice.
of their abilities, but this is a like it. With Necrobook level 3, Armel is there, gonna down with Radiance, and man, FZ is hurting. They pop ultimate. There's gonna be the Willow Wisp and BT. The ulti wears off. Running Sapphire ulti is down as well. Armel just does not really care. Although he might jump away, tries to run, tries to hide. Is he gonna be able to get out of there? Cookie everything, and guess what? This man, he's got a regenerate afterwards. Easy pie for Mr. Handsome Armel.
Sorry, I just noticed
Pops
that
it,
Dire's
ready to run
bottom
back in if he
tower is
wants to.
under
They
attack.
take down first racks of the game.
I'm surprised they committed so heavily for Nabad. And after borrowed time and pop, like, what is he really gonna do?
I mean, they
feel like they could have
killed
taken
him.
that. They did kill him, but they did kill melee rack, and I think that's marginally more valuable, especially since this Abaddon is only level 13. Whatever the case, it's such a mess right now, and Drow Ranger managed to complete her Pike and her Yacha. The man is not gonna help her. He has like stuff going. Aside from that, it's not gonna kill a lot as it even goes down.
Armel, he's pissed about his early game. He's like, you guys gonna run me mid? I'll show you. Think about that.
I love the lawn build on Ember. Farms so fast.
Taking all his crypto out. Farm. Jeez, there, but hey, guess who's back? Coddle.
Magic.
You have been denied.
This is what I was talking about. This chakra magic with Ember, like so disgustingly good.
And that didn't get a nerf because it's still 6 seconds down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
1,000 gold lead, ready to go for another. Off and away farming. Managed to clear through a stack there, but it just, I don't see a point in the game where it gets easier for Boom. I don't know what items they get that make this game better.
The only way that they come back into it is if TNC stop 5-manning, and they start getting picks on like the Ember Spirit, who maybe farm on some side lane. Because they have a good team at picking. You have the Tusk, the Tide, and Drought Silence. You're definitely capable of some cheeky kills.
Makoto, he's trying. Oh,
Yeah,
there.
but that's what they're hoping for.
Right. be honest, I think if Armel stood around there, they probably actually just killed both of them.
Top barracks are under
Silence. Nice shot. Up by the creeps as well as KP, not really seeming to care all that much about anything in the world. Shards going and connects onto Armel. You get a punch onto him, but they've already taken the racks and are going to be able to back out now.
Keeping the courier approach, it immediately respawns. Febby confirms it. And the easy second Aegis and cheese.
I take no pleasure in informing you that Dyer's courier has
going
been
down.
slain.
And there's
What a shame. They'll still end the game
Sorry, I
anyway,
just
though.
noticed that Dyer's
You know, I think you're right.
is under attack.
oh, FBD, he's ready to run in. They're actually give
Wow.
guys, we saw that other game from Geek Fam. We don't want that stuff.
Problem is the Rax is already down, and so you can't stay away from your lanes for long. And this Roche goes down so quickly with this Lycan.
TNC trying to force the issue a little off guard. Centaur still holding on to Stampede. They run in, but they're just going to be able to find that Shadow and the Snapfire ultimate. Is it going to be enough damage going back the other direction? Now they buy back on Shadow and miss the chains, actually. And they're going to have to
retreat or realize that they can still finish Roche.
I mean, yeah, it's true. They definitely can, but
past it.
they
Wow.
don't have Will-O-Wisp.
Okay. Yeah, I'm impressed with the level of discipline being shown here. I would have thought any Febby team was just gonna put face on the keyboard and just mow down things. But I mean, like, they still have to stay in the area because Desolator TA can take the Roche very, very quickly. So it's not like Radiant team can't take Roche and TNC's like, well, whatever. You don't want to take it, we'll just take it again in like another 3 minutes. Now both of us need to keep their eye on it.
EA knows what's up. She's going next item Rapier.
Wow. Okay. I mean, technically there is a fair amount of evasion gonna be on the Dire team, so the True Strike is useful.
It's definitely really good. It's a hell of a lot of damage. Silence, minus armor, blowing the hell up. Armel needs to be careful there. Can't afford to go down. Once the Shadow Demon ulti dropped on him as well, they're gonna go in and try and take the Roche themselves. Oh, TNC, you can't let them get this. All right, slide and piss. And they can't get in there on it. Snowball, they jump in, they get the Roche. And now you're pretty far extended. TNC looking to try and run Makoto. Looking at the chase, able to take down one slowed down remnant away. Is there for Armel? Shards are going to be able to connect. He doesn't have any more remnant, but it was enough to buy the space to get out. And now you've got Aegis on TA trying to build into that Rapier. That is a whole different kettle of fish.
I think they should have gone for the Roche whenever Shapeshift was still up, because that's the Lycan wasn't re-entering the fight, is because Shapeshift was down, and if Shapeshift is down, then he is not really that scary for a Tyrant to deal with. And he has to pop it
Shapeshift. Down. Heavy stun. Walrus punch, bringing him down low and done. Armel is almost going to go down. Makoto, he read that beautifully. Dude, did you see that? He blinked on top of where the remnant was landing, and they don't have buyback on Lycan. KP also in some trouble. He's taking a ton of freaking damage. Triple kill Makoto. The most doubles of damage.
Yeah, and they're going to still be able to have this for the tier 3 push also. And he's got the Desolator.
Unreal.
Cunning,
Whiff and buyback at the same time. I think you take that if you're back out.
Keski was even defending the lane up top, and so even the tier 4 towers don't take any damage whatsoever. Wow.
Dude, I was ready to phone that one in. Look at this swing back the other way. What is this? We're seeing some crazy Dota today.
Yeah. Although, again, the Naga game was the most encouraging. I'm still not really that inspired. It's a great comeback by Boom. Them being able to take the Aegis and manage to force out a buyback as well, that's amazing against an Ember Spirit. But Lycan's only going to get bigger, and I don't think that Drow Ranger can keep up the pace no matter what she does. So she finished up the Manta style, now she's going for a BKB, and still, like, a BKB is not really going to help her that much. It'll prevent slows out, I guess, from the
Oh my
range
god,
necro
wait a
creep.
minute though.
Oh wait. Okay, now this could be it.
They just got the rapier. I mean, the thing is if you start the fight like this though, if you find the target at the beginning and you blow them up, that's the difference maker, right? Like if you can start the fight with the jump in from Tusk, this Blink Dagger pickup, it's huge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The only way that TNC loses is if they stop the fight. And right now I see 2 heroes being paired bot, 1 hero in the jungle, Snapfire pushing top, and Lycan trying to solo farm his jungle. The only way they lose is if they just regroup.
Oh. Well, and they are going to be grouped now, but they don't have Lycan for another 30 seconds. They take down the tier 3 tower so quickly. They got to be careful about this. A quick jump in could make life miserable. They don't have the shadow movement with them, but look at this. This is, I don't know what you do with your TNC now. It's a huge lead from Boom. Like they have lost all of their lead, every little bit of it. I mean, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, that like the Drow Ranger, this TA, they do start to like fall off, or like there's counters that you have in your head with TNC, but like now they've got this huge lead, like 1,000 gold ahead of them. Look at that jump in! Oh, the side blade, they get the disarm, but it's not going to be enough. They don't have any extra damage now. Ember is gone. Coda returns to fight onto KP. They manage to get the stun, but Gabby, he's just got to run away. Oh, and they get the net. The swamp comes out in the end right there from the, but they're not going to be able to get any extra. They don't have the damage that they need for this. Another disarm. Again, this is a good fight right now, possibly for TNC, but they don't have Armel. That is the big thing that is missing. It's all of their damage as they lose another TNC. They have lost everything here, and it's off the back of Makoto's beautiful play. He jumps in and just one-shots him. Get out of here, Febby. Oh, man. And they're just going
running in one by one again.
Oh, God. Jump forward if they need to. They've got all these disarms that they could possibly want, but at the end of the day, like, just the Drow Ranger is the one that's doing the damage to the tower. There's so much focus on Makoto. They're jumping again, find themselves Tims. He's trying to run away from the prize, going for the throne. Makoto pops BKB, and they're going to end this game. What a turnaround!
That last fight was just kind of irresponsible. Like, the Centaur and the Ember Spirit run up high ground. The Caudle's a mile away. Shapeshift hasn't even been activated by Lycan yet. And those are the 2 initiators that
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
No.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds.
Ladies
remaining.
and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the BTS
5 seconds
number
remaining.
2 of another resounding, crazy, not so weird game. It was a lot of fun though. Boom
Dire
versus
team
TNC
ban.
Predator. A man, Neil, how you feeling?
Radiant
I
team
can't call any more
pick.
games.
Why not?
There's no point. There's no point trying to read the machinations that are going on. There's something in the water right now. Maybe it's all the isolation.
Dire
They just
team
want that
pick.
thrill. They're just seeking that high to be on the razor's edge of a victory and then have it be slipped away from them. I think that's what it is.
You're right. You know, I think honestly, we were joking about it, but I really think had March been in that game, that's like, because you know, Febby
Pick.
is an amazing player.
Radiant
Febby is
pick.
top tier, awesome. But what he does best is not necessarily like that. That's not what you're.
Is that why they kicked him? They kicked him out of the first game because driver.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god!
You see the
Put
crown, my
March back in.
friend. He had one shot, one opportunity, and he did not capture it. He let it slip. Febby with the
Oh my
spaghetti.
God.
10 seconds remaining.
Poor Febby. Dude, they literally just, they're like,
5
nah,
seconds
dude,
remaining.
we need you.
Fine.
That's hilarious.
Radiant
That's so
team
funny.
ban.
I need to update these graphics a little bit, but yeah, that's really, really funny. And now they're gonna switch it up. They're like, all right, Makoto's like, you want to take the TA? I'm gonna show you how to play him. See if you can do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk to me.
This is standard draft
10
so far,
seconds
and then I'm
remaining.
still shell shocked from the conclusion of the
team
previous
ban.
game.
It was insane.
What were the odds for that one? Do you remember what the odds were?
It was
at any
very
point?
high, very high. I think that actually it wasn't as high as the other ones. It was like 4 or 5 or something.
Oh, okay. So no, like 1 to 11. Wasn't that what we had in the first series with T1?
You're not wrong. I think that's
10
what it was.
seconds
That's what it was
remaining.
at the end. Crazy, but I mean, it
5
makes
seconds
sense.
remaining.
I just tweeted it. I was like, I guess this is just my night. I posted both of the graphs from the previous couple of games because it's been insane. Crazy shenanigans. But I'm enjoying it. And now we've got
That's true.
Coddle, Yay, and then the Tusk Ember. So double meld. Probably better early
Dire
stage.
team pick.
I
Radiant
imagine.
team pick.
Yeah. I would definitely lean that way. Bad. Yeah, it seems pretty cookie thus far. It's probably gonna be on KP. Boom. Let's see. What would I like for them? Is Lycan gonna slip through? Lycan's not banned.
okay.
10
I don't
seconds
think TNC
remaining.
should go Drow though. I don't think Drow did anything that game. I don't think Drow
5
did
seconds remaining.
anything in game 1 other than give TNC a false sense of security.
She she ended up like taking down some of the towers later on, but that literally
Yeah. I guess she had the silence. The silence was pretty valuable.
was nice.
But beyond that, not encouraged by seeing Drow Ranger re-enter into the meta.
Something a little bit more zazz, a little bit more energy. Speaking of energy, got ourselves these lovely sponsors. Shout outs to them. Monster Keep you guys through these late evenings. .bet sponsor the BTS Pro Series. Betting sites are concerned. Sure to go check them out, both of them. Entirely real can next to me.
Of course, I'm just not touching it. I'm just not touching it out of respect.
If you wanted to, you could probably pick it up and lift it up a little
Really?
bit.
You think I could?
Could. I think you
Dire
could.
team
Real
pick.
slowly though, right?
You're almost at it. No, you could go. You could go.
I can
Just
go?
lift it up to your mouth. You can take a quick little drink. Ah, yummy. Now I'll put it back. Perfect.
All right, there we go.
Seamless.
I'm refreshed. I'm very refreshed.
10
Beautiful.
seconds remaining.
Okay, so Lich taken now as well as the Abba. Ooh, man.
5
So
seconds
Frost Shield
remaining.
on Ember Spirit. Any purge looks good for team.
They already got the Abaddon, so I don't think you could really like shoehorn an Enchantress into this draft. So I don't really have this ability. Oracle is not banned, which is surprising. I would be okay with it.
It seems a little bit. It seems a little bit weird with the Coddle, but it's good against those that maybe.
He doesn't necessarily need to like lane. Like you can do like a 4-position Coddle. I
Radiant
think that's
team
not bad.
pick.
Earth
Shaker.
Drop it on him. This year's been making a bit of a comeback in Southeast Asia at the very least.
Okay.
There were a
What
couple of games where he looked really good.
doing what? What position?
Being there for Morphling casts rep.
Ah. That explains a lot.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Or he was also there as like position whatever, and it was okay.
5 seconds remaining.
They can go for a Morphling. I'd be okay with it. There isn't really too much to be concerned about from Boom as long as... Yeah, no, I'd be okay with that. I think they can get away with it last pick.
I would imagine it's gonna by it feels like it's just so I mean it fits the draft, right? Like you've got a couple things to cover it. You've got Abba, Shield, you've got now the big question is, do Boom want to take it themselves? That
Yeah,
could be pretty
they
cool.
might over. I think they're fine banning it out though. It's pretty telegraphed, and I don't really see much else that they need to be concerned about from the one position. Why else would you pick a Shaker? Especially when there is not really, like, there's no flex potential. There's no, like, threat of it being 3-position Shaker. I think it's pretty obvious that it's going to be a 4, so... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I agree.
Team ban.
Just thinking that like if they wanted they could have done something like that and then they'd have more shit themselves. Slark is taken though. Thing that also haven't seen a ton of, but looks pretty cool with the Lich.
Yeah, Lich, Grimstroke, kept seeing it with a fair amount. Now you got 2 melee cores
10
though,
seconds remaining.
so Abaddon's not.
5 seconds
Abaddon's gonna feel
remaining.
fine laning against
Radiant
Slark.
team ban.
Granted, Slark deals with it okay because Dark Pact is a good way of mitigating the curse, but still, you're a melee hero laning against probably an Orb of Venom picker with Abaddon. We'll have to see what he goes for, but it's not fun, even with Essence Shift.
I kind of wonder if it'd be cool. Sure, some battle
10
team
seconds
safe
remaining.
lane. You'd have like a way to try and burn
5
through the
seconds
Slark,
remaining.
power taking potential a little. I don't know. It wouldn't have to be.
I don't know necessarily know about Last Strike, but I like the idea of ground damage. I think it's a
Radiant
good direction to
team,
go
pick.
into.
Ban out the Wraith Kings. They're letting them morph through.
Why would anyone pick a Wraith King? Is that a counter? I think it's the other way around, isn't it?
I guess that maybe they're gonna take like, yeah. Usually you have it for like the ulti.
Yeah.
That
10
I mean, Wraith
seconds
King
to
has
the
just been like,
team
you know,
pick.
pretty big carry recently.
Master.
I guess you don't want to Wraith King though. Weird one, but whatever. It's fine. I'm fine with that.
These are weird drafts. It started out so normal, and then they've gone in directions. Because even the Slark, so they banned out the Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think you could really go for something like a Pugna, right?
5 seconds remaining.
OD is available, but you generally want to send it mid. Yeah, I think Morph is fine. But it feels like Boomer like baiting the Morph, but
Yeah.
I don't see anything to be afraid of if you're TNC.
I'm with you. I think that it could be a little bit scary if you're like always complain.
Bristle blast.
They're gonna
Choose
go
your
Bristle
hero,
though.
my good friend.
I don't know.
Play fast?
I mean, it's cute with Coddle, because I mean, you rack up a lot of damage very quickly, and Bristleback can basically, he's always online, never really has to like be sucking down. I think that, but again, like it's another hero who I feel like Slark is okay against. I feel like Slark is cool doing hit and run tactic. Sure, he can't kill a Bristleback under the span of probably like one Shadow Dance, but he'll still steal a bunch of stats and retreat and then come back in, because TNC don't have like the best ways of keeping a Slark in the fight. They have Shaker and they have Will-O-Wisp, and that's really the only sources of disable.
I think though that there is something to be said for like the early push down towers, group around Gabby and make plays type of Dota. And I think when you just had loss that's like as disappointing as that last one, that style, I can understand the temptation to run that type of draft. I'm like you, I have some reservations about it, like the lane stage, how well is it going to do? I'm kind of wondering if they just like, do you think the TN switch it up and that's the wrong button. Sorry guys. Do you think that TNC run Gabby top or like just put him in the off lane so that way like Kato has access to the
that's
backs?
true. Yeah, they could use him just specifically to bully the but even then, like I don't know. Yeah, that would justify it a little bit more.
You
right?
really should prepare
We'll
for battle.
see those. Yeah, he's heading bot,
Okay.
and then I guess it will be laning against a Beastmaster, 1v1.
Likely, yeah.
Which I kind of
Right.
favor Beastmaster. Any lane matchup versus Beastmaster, the first thing I look at is, can you kill the boar? And in a 1v1 setup with a hero who really doesn't want to be maxing his nuke, I don't think a man can easily kill the boar, so it's not going to be a great lane for him. But now Bristleback's moving back up top, and I think Bristleback can deal with the Beastmaster boar, but I think Boomer just going to play musical lane with it.
They do see this though, this
30
talk
seconds
up on the
to
high
battle.
ground, so Gabby is going to take the long roundabout route.
Oh,
make sure
I
that
see.
they don't.
Are those little
Tim's actually in a
people
position
down
to
there?
like try and go for a
Wonderful what they can
Their
do
block
these
off or
days.
something?
Yeah, I think he's going to try Radiant Wave.
We'll have to see. 10 seconds till Runes spawn, and it looks like it's going to be a trade-off of
The battle begins.
Gabby is head off towards that top side of the map like we'll see how well he does.
I'm guessing he's just going to follow the Beastmaster around. And that's why they picked the Bristleback, is just because any of the other heroes that they could have selected would not have really been able to deal with the Bristleback, and none of the supports can kill the boar either. Coddle can't do it, Shaker can't, so might as well just get a carry who's kind of self-sufficient. Tim's does block the Radiant Wave. Missile's gonna have to...
Radiant's
not even gonna be able to let... He has to pounce to get to the wave. and he's gonna miss at least one last hit.
God, I love this. This is nice. Make sure that KP is here to make sure that he's not able to get a free last hit at any point.
Got one. Could have been worse.
One. All right. So far so good down there. Mid lane, this will be an interesting one to watch because you remember last time Makoto kind of gave Armel the business. See if he's able to do it again. And to be able have a better time on this TA than
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe TA is just superior.
maybe. Well, you got that denial. An outplay there. Well, close to
That's
the
level 2 on the bottom lane. They were okay. I mean, so they fed their first creep wave into the tower, but he got all the experience, and then he hits level 2 because he was also solo getting all the experience. Lich doesn't show up until later, and as a result, he gets Leash, he gets Essence Shift, and Lich with the Frost Blast is enough to kill off in the battle.
I love that March picked himself Coddle and was like, Bevy, what the heck? Get out of here. Not sure what it was, though. I'm sure.
No, I like your interpretation the best.
Not the type of guy he is. He's very soft-spoken. Probably got it. Odo, careful there, my man. Still getting a lot of that XP as there hasn't been too many denies in that lane yet for either side. Keep our eyes on this if KP ends up getting leashed again. That frost shield.
Yeah, that first blood was not good because it's gonna get harder and harder.
Get out of that one. But yeah, this Orb of Venom on Slark, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, I was expecting the Baden to get it and then just start challenging head to head. They did this weird creep block thing. Now KP has like a stick, and Gabby actually dies in the top lane.
Play there by Hyde to get this snowball chase down after the blow. It pulls that PZ in. They managed to take down that Bristleback. Not the tankiest hero in the world in the early goings. So far, so good. Boom ID continuing the momentum from game number 1 and did in this game number 2.
Yeah. They're on comfort all around. Really, the only thing is I'm waiting for the mid lane to shift one way or the other, but so far it's just neck and neck. Yeah, this is really close.
I mean, you do take a look at like the net worth even. Like normally that's one way you could see it, but they're within 2. They're right here.
Denied.
Really close. Because cute. He there as they pull a wave back behind the tower, most likely. So he's not going to opt to pull his wave back behind the tier 1. Try and maybe. I'm thinking about running toward lane.
Yeah, I'm then trying to intercept his own creep wave instead of blasted under the tower. Now mid, Armel.
Oh, Armel, he knows his limits real well. Hyde pops the stick charges. Is going to be able to get the walk away. Fissure right now to break the salve, so Hyde, fine and dandy, gets himself on out of there. Looks like the trade hits now. I don't know what Hyde's planning right now. Oh, okay, maybe a tag team? Fissure trying to make this work. Marge shows up. Tim's, she hit totem. Didn't have any points in the aftershock.
Shaker had boots, so maybe he was just concerned that Shaker was gonna catch up to him anyway, so he was trying to challenge him in an area where Makoto could turn it in case they get really, really low HP, but...
That kind of gives you the high ground for a little while here as the Tusk is going to move back to try and secure the bounty rune. Tim's, this should be... Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you get another. Nice. And that's going to keep Tim's away. He's not going to be able to get the bounty rune over. So Boom going to get 3. TNC just one of the bounties.
Dreamacell's just... I mean, I thought this lane was going to be way harder for a Slark, but based off of the early kill advantage, because Lich doesn't even need to support him anymore. Slark is totally self-sufficient now, almost going to hit level 6 and at that point, Abaddon, like, he cannot get anywhere near this.
Makoto just outplaying Armella a little bit here. You know, hits level 6 before him. Was the same matchup that they had just last game.
Other way around though, Makoto's just the superior laner, it seems.
Yeah. See how it ends up working as we get into the mid game. Armel. I mean, he's always to me been a stronger, like, oh, they see that there's a ward up high ground.
Tower is under attack.
The snowball over to the creeps, gets the D ward. Shard's gonna try and get denied by the creeps, but it won't happen. Armel has always seemed stronger to me, like the mid game, than he has in terms of lane. Not that his laning is bad, but
Yeah,
that's not the strongest part of his play.
I can agree with that.
Not to take anything away from Makoto, obviously. We're playing really now.
Radiant's structures
Go.
are fortified.
Ems.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle
Getting
tower
some good damage
is
onto
under
this
attack.
tower here.
Yeah. Lich is
feel
here
like
also.
a
He wants
broken
to
record.
see what this Templar Assassin's farming up. He may die though. His Flame Guard, yeah, it's already half duration down, and so that's not really gonna scare off a Templar Assassin, so needs to be kind of careful if he places this ward and Armel spots him.
It'll be real scary for Kez to get caught. We haven't talked a whole heck of a lot about Gabby so far. No boots, soul ring, buckler, and as far as stacks go, like, this is a hero that's not really that much because Armel is going to. So he kind of needs to find them in the Radiant jungle shot.
Yeah, either that or he's just not going to worry about farming. The strategy, as we were originally hoping for, is that they'll just start knocking towers down. It's just,
Yeah.
I think that a Bristleback who is not heavily farmed against a Slark is just going to be a giant essence shift dummy, and that's all it's going to be, because like I said, they have no way of keeping a Slark in a fight. They can kind of initiate on a Slark with like a fissure and then maybe blink from the Templar Assassin into a Will-O-Wisp. But if Boom start the fight, which they're probably going to be starting most fights with their Ember Spirit or their Beastmaster or their Tusk, then Dreamcell has the luxury of just popping into the fight whenever he feels like it. So I think this Bristleback does need to focus on his farm, but like you said, Templar Assassin's going to be sucking up most of the stacks in the jungle.
This is a little bit concerning. March disconnected after sitting out the first game.
Uh-oh. Febby DDoS March? Wow, Febby, I can't believe you would do such a thing.
Check real quickly. Like it. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he gets back here. That is a really unfortunate thing for him to just be. Damn! Can you imagine? Oh god, that would suck. Hopefully he can get back in time. It does look like maybe type of connection issue. They're saying, all right, let's just give it a shot.
What kind of admin is Dougie? Does he come from the school of Blaze, where you play it by the book?
I mean, there is a particular way that modded nowadays, almost ubiquitously. So
Okay, then.
I have a feeling that's what it's gonna like.
It's been a long time coming for admins to grow a spine.
Well, I mean, you can understand it. I
No.
understand. You don't understand.
I don't understand it. You have plausible deniability. You get to be the bad guy, and there's no repercussions because you're like, I'm just following the rules, dog. But instead they're just like, oh,
I know, but like,
does this team want to give this team more time? You know, it's up to you guys. And you want to look like the asshole here? No, I have a rule book. It's specifically set.
all right, he's restarting his PC. He'll be back in a second. I agree with you. In theory, in spirit, I completely agree that it is, you know, that's the way that it should. I think you also need to look at like the spirit, or not the spirit of the rules, but what's the right? You need to take everything into context, right? Like, who are these admins? Previously, past, it's been like, oh, you want to volunteer and do an admin job? You're a fan of Dota? You know, maybe you're like 17-year-old kid that wants to get into Dota, and you love all of these players, they're your idols. You're like, oh, my favorite player of all time, you are gonna be kicked out of the game now. Like, you know, I think that's why
you got to think long term here. Do admins ever get shit for following the rules? No, admins only get shit when they don't follow the rules. That's when Reddit gets up in arms. No player is gonna be like, dude, You remember that time that you gave me another minute to reconnect? Go have a signature of mine. I really
Right.
appreciate that. That has never happened.
I agree. I completely agree. And I think that, but I think it's just, you know, my point with it is that there have been times like admins getting like, you know, quote unquote angry threats online, you know, things like that happen.
True.
It's a thankless job, and at least I can understand where they're coming from
That's
at the
fair.
moment. And I think that there's been like a big move across all of the organizations to make sure that like adminning is tier, and people are making the right.
Dude, especially right now, if you want to break into it, there are going to be so many games in the upcoming DPC season between tier 1 and tier 2, and Valve, they're all Valve officials, so you need to have like top tier admins. So now everyone's gotta break into the industry
Dire's
somehow.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh, we had a nice talk about it. I guess all of that is to say that I think that BTS has been doing making sure that the admins at the top of the ball. See how it goes as they get the shards here onto Gabby. I mean, they just have no damage. So
Yeah,
there's anything
so many.
for
Oh my! Who's locked in with the creep?
Roar. He decides
Stop
he wants to punch
attacking him from
He
the back.
just does. Dude, oh my god. Gabby just like almost triple killed. Insane.
Kazkid was like, guys, I'm helping, and Tusk is like, great, thank you for the other 2 free quill sprays on him. This is an excessive amount of mana for a guy who has a Coddle on his team.
Yeah, I mean, he just picked it up. He's like, really. Maybe he gives it to the Cuddle. That's the play. He wants the faded brooch.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Okay, so 7.5 minutes in, taking a look at the net worth. Gabby is actually top of the net worth right now. 62. Oh no! Oh, March!
This
Why?
is where we separate the men from the boys. Oh no, he reconnects.
That's. Stop kicking the cord out of the wall. Come on, man. This happened too much more. It's always, I think, frustrating as a player. You're getting in a groove, you're feeling like things are good, and then like pauses,
Oh yeah.
throws your whole body out of whack.
Although I'm never an aggressive F9 on pauser in pubs. That's not me.
Oh,
Nah, like it's generally like if I'm playing Dota, it's for time sensitive. I have like allocated a massive amount of time to playing over to play Dota.
is it winning MMR sensitive?
No, it's true. That's why I play unranked. That's on the line.
I gotcha.
KP's stuff is on the line right now.
He is out here. It looks like he's gonna pop the ultimate here.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I mean, he's missing CS underneath the tower. He's going for this kind of KP.
This is vintage KP. If it was old about him now, he would be tempted to deny himself.
Dude,
the
he's
soul ring.
selfing! Oh, man. Look at how much creeps he
I know.
missed underneath the tower here.
He's just gonna go back to base, regen his mana, and then TP the lane. I respect it.
Or, got him out underneath the tower. Have taken a lot of damage. Makoto is here as well. Triggered! Oh, man. It was happening as he was stacking up these camps, too. He manages to DC wall stacking Ancients and Hard Camp.
What a player. And he'll run back to the fountain if they optimize him. It'll be a successful stack.
Sorry. Is that what that is?
I think it's been co-opted by the Uwu community.
What is the ooh?
I think it originally started out as like a furry thing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a term of endearment or wow.
Baby.
Is KP listening to the stream?
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was great.
Okay,
I'm in his
right
mind.
back. We should probably not continue that train of thought. Come on now, Mark. And he's gonna turn off the VP.
The VPN.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, P with the guilt trip. That's when Dougie comes in and be like, illegal. No sportsmanship allowed in my tournament.
I don't actually know what the pause time rules on that.
It was 6 minutes is what we saw earlier. They have 6 minutes left.
Very, very interesting. But yeah, let's see. 1,000.
Kill.
Yeah, what is?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's some maybe Tagalog phrase, perhaps. Or
I thought you were saying like.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it is. The WKEO? Is that anything to Google Translate? No, it's not. It might be Swahili though. So you think he knows Swahili?
That's what it's picking up.
Yeah,
Possibly.
As he's speaking Swahili. Okay, will he get the stack off?
All right, he got the stack off. He doesn't even
What a
miss.
play. Oh, he didn't get the hard camp, but he did get the ancient.
Yeah, so that's gonna naturally like it wears off, right? You had to charge it up for a
You're
second.
right. You're right. By the way, Gabby did die as expected when a level 8 Ember Spirit shows up. Didn't have to use any remnants though, so they may be able to do a little bit more, but he's gonna teach it, maybe go on March. They have Vision of March? They do not have Vision.
Taking the stack, but he's underneath some vision, and there's a certain person, Mr. Dreamocell, just hanging out nearby. Spec speed to do, and maybe gonna try and go for the jump onto Armel, rooted, caught, and gonna be killed. Hescute finishes it off, and they're gonna take down these ancients, pick up some items.
Yeah, that's the biggest disadvantage now, because ancients give the higher roll chance for neutrals, and so they cleaned out their entire neutrals. Meanwhile, Dire Team, I think they have 2. Oh, never mind, they got all 4. Okay, so it's not as big of a deal. But Shaker also does.
Finishes off here.
Good. And I mean, they did obviously lose all the big ancient creeps, so that definitely hurts for a Templar Assassin.
This is I mean, not just the TA2, it's like Gabby also. No, Gabby would have loved to get those stacks as well. Doesn't manage to get them now, so big win for Boom. They're looking super solid right here.
Sleight of fist time.
I didn't see what he.
You got the siege creep. And that's nice.
Okay, 11 minutes in now. Tim's gonna try and stack up some camps here.
Chat really loved this Wikio thing that KezQ typed.
Dyer's courier.
I don't know if it actually means it. Yeah, they're spamming it right now. I don't know if it actually means anything or if everyone just likes how it sounds.
We're gonna get a second wave of it in 5 minutes.
We are, that's true actually. It's a feedback loop. Whenever I see it again in 5 minutes, I'll mention it again as KP. I'm seeing him die again.
Waiting on it. Going to be able to find that leash afterwards, get themselves some more of that permanent agi. Yummy, yummy. Super easy.
Dude, this Bristleback is so mad at how much the slug is getting fed, because that's the only thing he needs to be concerned about. The Beastmaster Roar, the Ember Spirit, like Gabby already has the hook. None of those heroes are really a problem for him. He's gonna get bored, and he's gonna, okay, never mind. GG.
Yeah, that's tough. And they pull him back in. Oh, the fear afterwards onto Bristleback. Dreamocell on a killing spree. He's going to Fusel Blade, but this is one of those times where you can just go Shadow Blade into Silver Edge, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I think he's just going to go to Diffusal just out of habit, but I would have been totally okay with the early Silver Edge.
I mean, they definitely can go back for it afterwards.
Oh, yeah, I would not be surprised if he did. Because he doesn't really need a BKB this game. I actually don't even see like Scotty be built that early these days on Sark, especially now that Orb of Venom doesn't build into it.
Radiant's
So
bottom
yeah,
tower
I'd be
is
down
being
with the
subjected to
full-on Silver
extreme
Edge. The
violence.
status, or what it doesn't give. The only other thing is that status resistance, maybe a Sanjin Yasha would be a little bit more valuable for him, but again, like he's not going to get disabled that much.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dude trying to hold on to this bottom tower for the moment. TNC spot out Hyde, so it looks like they're going to be able to likely find. Oh, snowball the creeps. Nice play and the denied, possibly Hyde. Not going to happen. KP put kibosh onto that. It was a nice thought though.
He's making space. They're pushing this tier 2 tower up top
Dyer's
uncontested.
top tower is being attacked
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
nobody's
look
business.
like
Radiant's
well,
bottom
Shaker's
tower
TPing
is
now, but
under attack.
he's
Dyer's top tower is under
away from
attack.
anything.
And like you hypothetically have a lot of team fight from TNC, right? But Cottle just now getting level 6. That makes things a little bit better. It's just, it all feels a little bit clunky. Armel went for this Deso build, which is more oriented towards farming, maybe trying to sneak a Roche or something. It means that he's not going to be able to get that instant follow-up.
Dyer's top tower has fallen. I could Radiant's
Now
bottom tower
FBZ,
is under attack.
got his
that
medallion
ever been
completed,
cause for
should come in on
celebration?
courier fairly soon, and so then I see this as more like almost a defensive-oriented medallion. Now he can go face first into the bristleback after roaring, and he doesn't need to retreat. He can just tank it with all the armor, or put it onto the Lich, and so that the Lich can get the sinister gaze and make the bristleback turn around. I'm a big fan of the medallion and pick up and just keeping the pressure going.
And then armor on the Slark, make sure they can stand there. Tims, Armel, March, all sitting around mid, but they get the tier 1 tower.
So much damage.
Dude, Makoto thought about it. He definitely thought about it. And well, he just remnants away, decides that he could fight if he wants to. BZ thought about the roar, doesn't pop it right there. KP gonna get some stacks built up on him. He's not careful.
They
didn't
need
really
to chill. If they lose a fight, then they're going to lose Roche, and then that snowballs very, very quickly. So don't commit to a fight if the team can take Roche very.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They definitely can.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
The Gabby has the pipe done now, is going back for the Heaven's Halberd. Does spot out, or Hyde rather, will spot him out.
See
Oh,
the
no.
Shaker. This is an easy shake distraction.
I mean, that should just be another kill, though, right?
That's a good. Give him the Agi. Oh,
Got
okay.
it. March shows up. They got a lot of heroes, all 5 of TNC, but they need to be careful about not overextending. Roar is available. KP's nearby, though, with the Aphotic Shield. Not going to turn into a kill. Back out. I mean, it's a nice answer having that Abba there.
Yeah, for sure.
Got coming out. Dagger done? Okay. A little bit more favorable now. Been after the fight if they need. Kodo.
Yeah, if you can finish to blow up the Lich, really fissure, because it knows
They
someone's
have eyes on the bottom. Or onto this bristleback. Undamaged. Well, simultaneously going to be a kill onto Tims, trying to take down Gabby. It's going to be enough. Almost just about snowball around. Gets the finish. And now March also going to fall likely as Mel trying to escape now. FBZ chase down, running, rooted, in some trouble. They need to break that blink dagger. They have it back up in a second.
The rest of the team is converging. They split up. Grimacel is now back into the fight. He gets the defusal lead onto Armel, but he gets pushed off.
Looking for the follow. Snowballs there. Rescued out of nowhere. It just completely catches them off guard and holds them in place. And now KP gonna pop the ulti. Fissure to try and stop this pain train that's coming from Boom as they run one by one and kill them all off. Dreamless getting the double. The tier 1 tower.
I thought for sure that them going for the roar on the bristleback down bot would have ended much worse, because I was watching the Lich and the Slark kill off the Shaker, and I was like, okay, well, if Slark is up here, then there's no way they could be able to kill off a bristleback who has that many heroes behind him. And then they kill him. Gabby kind of turned around, which I wonder what that was about. I feel like he could have gotten away underneath the Will-O-Wisp if he ran away, but yeah, he turned around. He was very low HP. He couldn't enter the fight again anyway, but he goes down, and it's a full team wipe, and Shaker dies twice. So Tims is definitely gonna have a much slower game than he was hoping for. And again, he's the only he can't even go to his own tier 2 tower.
Crazy. between. Yeah, I think what you're talking about there with the Lich and the Slark killing up top here, that was like, oh, they're over here. You know, you can take that fight down bottom. But then it was the Lich and the Slark connecting. At that point, it was just 4,000 gold lead right now for Boom. They have so good. Now you got Empire Fangs on Slark. Extra night vision on top of what he already had. Chains. I need Tims. He's left all alone. Nobody's there to help him. Well, maybe for a second, possibly. Chase forward. The Aphotic trying to keep him alive. They get Echo out. It doesn't do nearly enough. Makoto trying to run the roar. Connecting onto March. Now they've got that Frost Shield onto Primo Cell, turning towards KP, draining the mana. And now they decide that, well, maybe we could get onto Gabby. Be a bit too far there. You do not want to run up to high ground, so it will be Boom.
3 Spirit Vessel charges also. They're picking up all these kills, and Bristleback did pick up Vampire Fangs, and that's like basically the best lethal item you can hope for as a Bristleback, but you have to deal with the Spirit Vessel, and if KP is not around to purge it off of you, then this Bristleback just becomes that much squishier.
Now we're getting to the 20-minute mark. Right now, you don't hold an outpost on team. It feels pretty tough to make that move. They're going to get Roshan on Boom, and will be a halberd done finally for Gabby. I'm not sure if it's coming online quickly enough. They feel like they're playing from behind with a lineup that really doesn't want to.
Yeah, Bristleback specifically, because like now Templar Assassin becomes the primary focus, because Bristleback's not scary. They don't need to deal with the Bristleback. Armel's really the only damage dealer right now. And that is not where a Templar Assassin wants to be. Templar Assassin wants to be like a secondary initiator, secondary damage source, not the primary one. So it's just man moving in the mid lane.
He's just playing with him. He's got Aegis. He's super happy right now. Makoto did get spotted underneath the Sentry Ward while he's in this invis, so it was the sort of runaway that happened from the TA as well as the Earthshaker, but now get the Blinding Light pushback. It's just they're trying to do anything they possibly can to stop this that's going to be coming from Boom, and it doesn't even feel like it's like a super fast push. It's just like a slow, steady, we're taking over your entire map. Likewise, TNC are going to back out the other direction. Looks like Tims will be able to secure one of these outposts.
Yeah, gets it up to the smoke. Got it. Probably gonna get 2 banner runes as well. How greedy is he? Oh, he's greedy. He scans it. He blows the scan just for a bounty rune. I respect it.
Bounty.
Koto's
gonna be like, what the hell just
no.
happened? Oh, he reads it. And he
It's like there's no
it.
ways anywhere else.
Hell yeah.
That was sick.
Killing spree.
A slow burn down.
What lies behind?
He punishes them. I mean, I still think that's worth it though.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, since Roche is down, then it's not even useful in theory of
Dire's bottom
actually
tower
finding
is
out
under attack.
in reference to the scan.
Dire's
So yeah,
structures
totally
are cunningly fortified.
They did
I don't mean to be.
like 800 gold away from, oh god, Gabby.
Dire's bottom
The shards,
tower is
no!
under attack.
Dude, you save those shards for right there. That's the easiest kill in the
Sorry,
world.
I just noticed that Dire's
Probably not. It's not the easiest kill. It's still a really hard kill.
Dire's bottom tower
So gonna try and build up some stacks here. The Agi doesn't need to be careful. There's a lot of damage out this quick. Top lane, find Armel. He's in biz, but is it going to be for long enough? Kescute's there. Come on over here. Let me tell you something. They kill off that TA, and Dreamless can still play this far forward.
Yeah, he's gonna solo kill March.
Monster kill.
Damn. Gets the finish, and that's a Silver Edge done for Dreamless.
Yeah, now Gabby's screwed because you can't purge that off with a Aphotic Shield. Break is gonna stay on, you know what?
Try and turn up to here. They know that, rather, KP knows that Boom is in the area. Kodo up front and center, and they're just not afraid of anything that TNC are really doing right now. They know they can always get out if they need to. And well, Dreamless as the Silver Edge being delivered, Gabby is about to get into a world of hurt.
I think it was spotted though. I think it was River where you saw him.
I don't mean to be
Oh,
alive.
I need to attack
Definitely see it now.
So, yeah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He decides to go back for the Pupil's Gift. This is one of the best items on these Agi carries. It's so nice.
Yeah, especially in a team fight situation like this where he really just needs that a little bit more HP to outlast the Bristleback. And if he can withstand like another 2 more quill sprays, that'll allow him to get like so much more done in the fight.
9,000 gold lead. This Roche, or rather Aegis, going to be expiring in about a minute. We'll see if they decide to finish taking up. Oh, they might just jump on Gabby here. Let's see, he's going mid.
Where can you? Oh my god,
he did.
that's
He
the
popped
break.
it right at that last second, right? No, he didn't pop it at all.
Yeah, I think he was like about to cast his pull or something.
Oh, and another break. The chase forward. They get the pull back in for a moment with the sleep, but the Walrus Punch is there. They take down the Will-O-Wisp. And now Gabby gets the shards off one last time. Do you get the halberd off? You're still thinking about going round 2. Yeah, he's running.
Andrew is doing so much work. Yeah, you can kill him now.
Jump in, Dark Pact out. Gabby in trouble. Does he manage to escape? Makoto jumps in. One last punch for the kill. Godlike Dreamocell. Likewise for Makoto. Just to wreak havoc. 21-4. Ugh. Dirty.
Rough game. Boomer playing very, very well though.
I mean, again, we talked about it in like that last series, but tenacity to be able to hold on for that comeback, get Makoto to an amazing game last time, and then likewise here, just playing calm and easy and in the lead the entire time. What happened?
1 more outer tower remains. It's not really going to be much chance for a defense. The halberd's completed for Bristleback, so that does help somewhat, especially if they can get the disarm off on Slark. That's another thing that can't get purged off, so Darknik isn't going to be able to help with that, but still, you need someone else. I mean, you can't just be one hero taking everything.
Guards broken, chasing, gonna wear off now. Do they have any extra follow-up here? Gabby is living through this, still at very tanky HP. He's gonna start to do some good damage on the high. The Zarmel chases down. Now the chain frost, though, back and forth. It's just those 2. There's nowhere else for it to bounce. They popped the BKB from Armel, but poor Bristleback didn't have anything. Oh no, and Makoto now runs in. He's gonna get the secondary kill here onto March most likely, or Dreamocell is gonna be the one to run him down.
Double
As it's a
kill.
double for the Slark, 11-0-4.
I feel
This is a terrifying fishy.
Alright, so if today has been any trend, then Boom should be throwing the game in about 30 seconds from now.
Primary amount of stress that Dyer's middle
Can't
tower
wait to see how it happens, but I could never predict it earlier, so I won't even attempt to now.
Now they run in, going to beat away at this tower. Probably just going to give the Solar Crest on over to the Lark, playing it safe again.
Yeah, well, only half the team is here. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they would have just gone for the high ground push.
take that.
I mean, it's still like a testament to this Boom ID team, the sort of veteran mentality of not overextending, not giving up a big lead here. Although, as I say that, we might see somebody end up dying. But if it's Kezcute that breaks the smoke, you're more than happy with that.
Yeah, he has a ghost
Smoke
scepter also,
broken.
so he can't even easily. Yeah, he's just gonna wait until TA boots in. And now he's buying so much time.
Oh, are they gonna go and fight this? Dude, Boom, y'all are crazy. I was just talking about how calm and collected you are. I'm about to throw this game away. Hey, get up.
Dyer's
Oh, we go back in, but they're not gonna.
Yeah, TA with a freshly completed BKB
Radiant's
adds
bottom
worth
tower
trying to
is
push the
under
limit.
attack. Has that ever been cause for
We'll see. TNC still have a lot left. The tank, if they want to try and take these fights in
Radiant's
5, they're going to ping out this
middle
tower and
tower
try and
is
take it down. I mean, they've never had a chance to really play their style yet, and put Gabby up front. Let him be tanky and strong through all of it. See if they can do it now. Trying to retreat.
I have no reason to
See if they can get out of here without getting off.
KB's positioning has been fantastic. He's making it so irritating for Boom. There's no easy roar opening because KB's just always dancing around the fight. Either like you can't roar him because he'll borrow time it off. You can't roar any of his allies because he'll probably shield. You can't, however, break this Bristleback, but we'll get this one by
backlines. Makoto able to find March, takes him down. KB has already been popped from Makoto. Roar on the other side for Geb. They're leaving him alone for the moment while they decide to turn and fight KP down here on the south side. Diffusal Blade has been popped. All of the mana is gone from this poor old Ava. Do they have any extra way to chase him down here? Looks like they're going to be able to get that Silver Edge hit, likely. Oh, clumsy net. Chase, punch, didn't get the break, but will be able to eventually find that kill. Meanwhile, Armel picks up one on Keskute, so they get something for their trouble. It's not great, but it's something.
Yeah, and now Roche is up. TA knows because the trap is there. But I don't think she can take it. But it may, oh man. It would be so sick if Armel tries to ninja it.
It was a really fast spawn.
It was a very fast spawn, that's true. I don't really think that Boom are gonna check it quite yet. Although, I guess if there's a Hawk, then they could never really feel confident taking it. There isn't a Hawk, but...
They see it, they're like, oh wow, what's up? All right, let's go. Get on in there, take it.
Let's smoke up on TNC. They want to challenge it.
I think if you're TNC, you just run in and try and take it right now. Like, what's the worst that could happen? You're going to lose the game if you don't get it anyways.
Yeah, and they have better team fight. They have the Will-O-Wisp, and that's amazing in these situations.
Oh, March, not again! Please!
Okay, now you no longer challenge this Roche.
Oh, alright, Aphotic Shield, trying to keep it alive.
Someone build a force step right now!
Oh god, the jump away, it's not gonna happen. KP is under fire as well. They're able to blink out with the TA. Armel gonna get punched, Walrus punch, TP broken, Dust is out. Dreamlocell's got Armel in his sights. Triple kill for Dreamlocell, who is just not stopping. The pain train continues. They get another one. 4 dead, and poor old Tim's. He's got nowhere left to go. He's like, guys, I got my blink dagger, it's okay. 9-6.
Dyer's mid slack is under attack.
15-0-5 on Dreamlocell.
Tower has fallen.
He's had an amazing look. You know, and some of that is like him good laning, some of it is his team saying about for success, but whatever the case is, Boom ID, Boom Esports, excuse me, came to play, and they made it look easy. Super duper solid.
And then again, I am left scratching my head how TNC consistently seem to be underperforming against opponents who should be, I mean, decidedly not easy, but like if you look at TNC's player roster, you dominating Southeast Asia.
Man, Dribble still jumps in, is going to get Blinding Light pushed back, but there's going to be the Dark Pack immediately off. Gets slept for the moment, but this Stark has just had such an unbelievably fun game. And he does just get the pounce away. 2 lanes of racks taken. Yeah, I agree with you. I think some of it is like, for a long time, people have been talking about Southeast Asia as a region that's an amazingly talented roster full of doesn't really have that experience. And the fact of the matter is Boom has been getting that experience at these minors, at these events. Now they're starting to expand their repertoire. It's showing. C is not an easy region anymore. It's one of the toughest regions.
Okay, so I actually don't have an answer to this question, but as well, actually, we'll save it for a post game. It's nice play.
Oh, taking it, trying to get the kill, and there's the ulti from Dreamlocell, who turns to fight. They jump forward, find March yet again. Man is 0-8, and now it's GG. Finish it off 2-0. Pretty.
Very pretty. Very solid performance. Still game 1, I don't think they necessarily should have won, but it was, as you said, mental fortitude that allowed them to persevere, and here they were that momentum. It's possible that maybe March was having some connection issues as well.